So I made a pretty tough decision today. I had to block a longtime friend. That wasn't easy to do. Well, longtime friend. I've been friends with her in real life, not just online. In real life for like 6 years. 6 years, and that's not an easy thing to do. But I did it for my mental health. Because if we don't take charge of our own mental health, nobody else will. And there's no way that I want to go back to the way I was for 3.5 to 4 years ago, feeling horrible every day. I'm never going to go back there. And if I feel that somebody or something is a trigger to potentially getting me back to that weird mental health state, I'm going to have to release them. And this political landscape has been just awful. It brings I really feel that it's been bringing out the worst in people. Now I get that people are scared and worried that you know everything's going to end because a particular candidate got elected. I get that, but I don't get that. Nothing's going to end. There's not going to be the problems that some people think there will be. I promise that. I absolutely promise that. But this woman that has been a friend of mine for many years now, um, I had to let her go. She was Why? Because she was spewing hatred against anybody that did not vote in alignment with her. I don't even have to mention candidates. It doesn't matter which way. Like I said, I've always said on this show, I don't endorse anybody. This is not a political show. I don't say that you need to vote for so and so. I don't say that I voted for so and so. Doesn't matter. What I am saying and what I have been saying is stop the hatred. This was a tough decision. Again, somebody that I've known and interacted with and gone out with for around 6 years. But she turned the tide today. She was spewing such hatred towards people, towards a group of people, towards 50% of the country that didn't vote her way. She was spewing so much hatred. I said to myself, I can't have this person in my life as a friend because my mental health is important to me. And having somebody like this in my life is not going to add to my mental health in a positive way. I had to think about that. I didn't just do it quickly. I had to think about it. Having somebody like this in my life is not going to add to positivity in my life, and it could potentially cause a lot of negativity in the way of mental health issues. And then, of course, since everything's related, physical health issues. So that's when I decided to press the button on the phone and block. She might be surprised, but it doesn't matter to me. It's not worth having a friend. Somebody like that, I can't call a friend. I made a decision. I would rather have zero friends. This is tough for me to say, but I would rather have zero friends than a bunch of friends that were bringing negativity and hate into my life. I'd rather have zero friends. I could find things to do by myself. And I'm hoping my wife would always be my friend. I'm hoping, but I would rather have zero, and that's not the case. Hey, Ja, how you doing? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the peace of mind is priceless. 100%. This was not easy, and then I had a meeting this morning, but then I was walking around aimlessly after that. I went to the mall. I went to the Apple store because sometimes I find peace and solace just walking around the Apple store aimlessly. Didn't buy anything, but I just like looking at electronics sometimes. But I had this thought that came to me, and I messaged my wife. And here's what I said. I said, I've made a pretty tough decision that I've had it with fake and hateful people. Life is too short to be associating with people that are not real friends, and too many people are fake. I've been so nice for so long, putting up with a lot of bullshit. That's what I said. A lot of bullshit from people that are not necessarily good people. I don't need to keep doing that as I roam aimlessly through the Apple store. True story. That's what I did. I made that decision. And I sent that to my wife because, like I said, I think I would rather have zero friends than a group of friends that are just spewing negativity and hatred. Because what's that going to get me? I'm going to go out with somebody or associate with somebody that is negative and hateful to somebody that doesn't believe the same thing they believe. I don't need a friend like that. Like I said, I can find things to do by myself. I'll go out and ski by myself. I'll go out and hike by myself. I'll take a drive. I'll go to the Apple store. I'll and I do have people in my life that I absolutely love and that we will never separate because I choose my friends very carefully, and friends that I've had over many, many, many years, we're close and we're tight, and they would never judge me or anyone else on who they voted for or anything like that. They wouldn't judge, and those are the types of people I like to hang with. I what was I going to say? It's been a tough few days. I have to admit, it's been a tough few days for me because um, I've been doing this show. I've been doing this show trying to help so many people all over the world, really, so many people improve their mental health. And I've been trying to improve my mental health for years now. And microdosing magic mushrooms is definitely one of the tools I use for sure, trying to improve mental health. And they've worked quite a bit. But have I had a setback because of this presidential election? I don't know if I call it a setback. I would call it more a discovery. I've discovered, and this is sad to say, but I've discovered that so many people have an agenda and they're hateful. Not all people, not most people. I have to say, not most people, but a lot of people have like hatred ingrained. And if you don't agree with what they believe in, they're going to hate you. Is that the kind of friend I want to be with? No. And like I said, that when I messaged my wife, that thought that came to my mind, I've been super nice to people. I always am. If you know me in person, if you've ever met me in person, and also the way I come across on the video, if you sat down with me for a cup of coffee, I'd be the exact same person that I am right here. I'm no different. I don't put on an act for these videos. I don't put on an act when I do my podcast. I don't put on an act when I'm I've got a speaking gig or anything. I don't put it's not an act. I don't put on an act when I'm with friends. I'm always the same way. Always the same because that's me. It's not an act, it's me. But I decided maybe I've been too nice. Maybe I've been too forgiving. Maybe I let people take advantage. And when you let people take advantage, they won't stop. So I decided today I have to put an end to it. I have to put an end to being taken advantage of and being the nice guy. Now I'll still be the nice guy as long as if you're nice to me, I'll still be the nice guy. It's hard for me not to be a nice guy. But if I detect someone not being nice or being hateful or talking behind my back and not believing in me, I've decided they're gone. No more faking it. No more faking it. I only want genuine people in my life that are real and kind. I don't ask for a lot. You don't have to buy me anything. You don't have to have money. You don't have to be doing anything fancy. You only have to be kind, and you only have to connect. Because I don't want a friend that's also talking to me, but looking the other way to see if there's something better over there. I don't want that either. Let's see. Lex, been a lot of going, but that like, see, it's been a rough day. It's been a rough several days. I can't even read right. My brain is not working correctly. Let me try that again. Lex says, been a lot of that going on lately. I see why people take voting serious, but not like this. We should all take voting seriously. We should all take it seriously, but there's a reason why when you mail in your ballot, it's done in a sealed envelope. There's a reason why when you go to, if there still are like actual live voting booths, which there are, there's a reason why they're private. There's a reason why nobody can look to see who you're voting for, because it's very personal. So voting is important. Whoever you vote for, whoever you believe is the best, you vote for that person. But as soon as somebody else tells you that you are a horrible person for voting for the candidate that you believe was the best, that's where I will draw the line. And I will not let somebody enter my life and tell me that. It's unacceptable to me. That's a boundary. I won't accept it any longer, ever. You tell me that you don't like me because I didn't vote for your candidate, you're gone. That's it. You're done. I mean, I'm not going to wish you harm. No revenge, no harm, nothing like that. But if somebody doesn't like me for who I voted for, they're done. That's all. They're not a real friend. Bill D. Be impeccable with your sense of self-worth and value. Yes, that sounds like it almost came from the 4 agreements, but be impeccable with your sense of self-worth. Absolutely. And maybe in the past I wasn't. Maybe in the past I let people take advantage of me because I was the nice guy, the people pleaser, the good guy, always the good guy. No conflicts, don't want conflict. And I realized today that there's zero chance you can live a true life if you accept everybody. Because there's going to be a percentage of people, I don't know what the percentage is, but there's going to be a percentage of people that just don't vibrate with you, and they're not good people. Now, some people don't vibrate with you, and they might be good people, but you just don't feel a click, and that's okay too. But there's some people that don't vibrate with you, and they're actually bad people. They've actually got hatred issues, and that's where I will absolutely say, no, you're not part of my life anymore. I wish you well. I've always taught people not to hold grudges, not to hate. I've always taught that, but that doesn't mean you have to accept everybody into your life. That doesn't mean that. We got a few people here. If you want to just say hello in the chat room, that would be greatly appreciated. If you don't want me to give you a shout out, don't worry. I don't have to do that. But if you're here and you want to say hi, I appreciate everybody that's here. I really do. And people will be watching this as a replay as well. If you have a question, a comment, feel free to put it up there. I've been doing more live streams lately only because it's also maybe not, I wouldn't say a selfish reason. It's not a selfish reason, but I feel like this week I have to vent more than usual. It's been tough. I feel isolated. I feel like I'm learning who my true friends are and who they're not. Hey, Anas, how are you? Appreciate you being here. And then there are the people that say, if you did blank, then you must be another blank. You can fill in the blank. You know what I'm saying. If you voted blank, then you must be blank. Is that kind? Is that is that a broad generalization that you're probably gonna be wrong 99% of the time? I'm not sure where some of these people are coming from. I've never seen anything like this. Hey, Richard. Hey, Sylvia, good to see you 2 days in a row. Thanks, Sylvia, for thanks for being here. Really appreciate all you because it comforts me to know that I've got some people that are at least hearing the message a little bit. And it's like I said, it's been a tough day. I had to say goodbye to and block a friend that I've had for 6 years in real life. Again, not a Facebook friend, not just a but somebody that I've actually interacted with and had fun with in real life. But this person, and here's the weird thing. Here's the strange thing. I suspected that this person was like this, but for 6 years I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And stupid me, stupid me. For 6 years I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Oh, she's a good person. She didn't mean to say that. Stupid me. No, her true colors have come out, and especially today, with hatred, trying to incite not violence, I wouldn't say violence, but trying to incite a tremendous amount of divisiveness. Or some people say divisiveness. Which is the right pronunciation? Is it divisiveness or divisiveness, or either correct? I don't know the answer to that. My English teacher in high school hated me. She thought I was a failure. She didn't hate me, but I wasn't good in English. It wasn't my top subject. Math and science were always my best subjects. But these days, I lean towards other things that I like more than math and science. Well, I like it all. I don't know. I don't. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore because I'm so kind of like distraught with. I mean, blocking a friend from 6 years that you've had for 6 years is not easy. But once I did it, there's no turning back, and I know that I did the right thing. In fact, I've never unfollowed or blocked anybody that I said, "Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that." It's never happened. There's never been a time that I said, "Oh my God, I made a big mistake. I shouldn't have blocked that person because they're really a good person." That's never happened. So my intuition is generally right. And if you make a mistake, you can always go back and apologize and say, "I'm really sorry. I hit the wrong button." You could do that. But it's never happened to me. Never happened because once I realize that somebody is not good for me, if somebody's not good for me, I'll probably just unfollow or maybe unfriend. But if somebody I think is toxic, spewing hatred, they'll be blocked. They'll be blocked. I never want to see their stuff again, and I never want them to see mine. And I had to make this decision. Like I have to say what comes from my heart. I've been doing this podcast, Microdose U, for what, three plus years now, right? I have to be genuine. Now, of course, at least in the past, it's been really important that I want some followers because I don't want to be speaking into an empty screen or an empty mic because if I'm delivering a message and nobody's listening at all, then the message is not going anywhere. But I decided I'd rather have fewer followers, but they're genuine and they really care about the message, and they're not going to cancel me or crucify me because they might not agree with the message. And if somebody really doesn't agree with what I'm saying, they can leave. It's okay. I had somebody the other night who told me that he didn't really like my message, and I said, "Hey, man, there are plenty of other podcasts out there. I love you, but don't let the door hit you on the way out." I mean, you can't be you can't be the nice guy that everybody just walks all over you all the time because that's not going to be good for your mental health. I think you would agree with me if you just let people if you're weak and just accept anything that comes your way from other people, that's not going to be good for your mental health. So, what I'm going to suggest today is you don't have to go unfriending people or blocking people. You don't have to do that. However, what I'm going to suggest today is if you have someone or some people in your life that you feel you just don't connect with, they don't resonate, they're bringing you feel a little bit negative or a lot negative whenever you see their name, or then there's who's telling you that you have to stick with these people? Is somebody like holding a gun to your head and saying you've got to remain friends with this person? I hope not. We got a few new people that just came into the live stream, so please, if you can, just say a quick hello in the chat. That would be really appreciated. It would be fun. It would be great. Oh my God, it's tough out there, guys. It's tough, but I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better for me because when you start, when you start like pruning the tree, so to speak, when you start getting rid of the negativity, and I am no longer afraid to get rid of the negativity. When you start pruning that tree, getting rid of the negative, then you wake up one day and you realize that, hey, everybody now in my life is positive and kind and a true friend, not a phony. And some of you, I believe, are friends, even if I've never met you in person. I can tell you've got great energy. Some of you here today, I've seen your name before, of course. And I feel your energy. I feel positive energy because I think it's starting to take shape that the people that don't have positive energy are not going to be hanging around me. And that's okay. Maybe it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you start throwing out a lot of positive energy out there, the people with the negative energy and the hatred, they don't like that. They want to go away and find somebody else that's hating with them. It's really interesting. Hateful people do not want to be around people that are kind. Have you noticed that? It's really interesting. The people that have hate they want to find like-minded people. So give them to the like-minded people. Let them all stay together. I just realized that. Because this person that I had to block today, one of her last messages to me before I blocked her, let me see if I can read it. If I still have it. If it's hold on, let me see, because this is interesting. It's very interesting. She said, because as long as I don't get out of my app, I can still read, even because once I get out of it and get back in, she'll be blocked and I can't see. But what she said was, you're wondering why people are not going to come together. This is what myself and others who didn't vote for blank are thinking. So now she's thinking like she's in this group of people, this whole group of people. We're all thinking that no, we can't come together as humans anymore because you voted for the other side. So my group and I are thinking that you're really bad people. So I'll tell you something. Your group and you can go get lost somewhere. You can go wallow in your hatred. That's fine with me. But I'm not participating in that, and I will not give them the time of day, I will not give them, what's the word I'm looking for? Any of my energy. Queen Tina says, hi, sir, is that good for harm OCD? How much time is required for microdose? Please, and me with my name. I'm from Pakistan. I'm using it, but progress is very slow and I don't feel any happiness. Why? Well, I'm not really covering that on this live stream because this live stream is more geared towards getting bad people out of your life, getting negative, hateful people out of your life. If you want to know more about microdosing magic mushrooms, absolutely listen to my regularly scheduled podcasts because I talk about that a lot. And also go to my website, microdoseu.com, Queen Tina. Go to microdoseu.com. And also the show notes here in every episode. The show notes will give you some really cool links to help you out. And if that doesn't work, we do some one-on-one coaching and consulting too to help people get to where they want to be. So hopefully that helps you. But this episode right here, this live stream, I really want to talk about how difficult but necessary it was to block a toxic person or toxic people. So it was done. And I feel a lot better. A lot better. So thanks for being here. Anybody else that didn't say hello, please go into the chat and just say hi. I'll give you a little shout out if you want. And then I'll let you get on with your day, because I think you listened to me long enough here. And I really, truly appreciate you. And thanks for listening to my message. If you think there's anything I said that was not right, or, hateful in any way, or not kind, I'd like you to tell me. I'd love to know. Queen Tina, you are very welcome. And I hope you, thanks for the heart. Somebody just pressed a heart. It goes boom, 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 boom. I love it. Oh, thanks, Queen Tina. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. And like I said, go to my website or go to the show notes, and we've got a lot of good links, and my podcast, my regular podcast, every episode. A lot of good stuff. Let's see. Anas. I hope I'm pronouncing you correctly, Anas. Because you got to be careful with got to be careful with that one there. I've always had this question. Let's say someone is intellectual, studied philosophy and science, and has realistic view on reality, how psychedelic can help. Oh, I believe I'm of the belief that psychedelics can help anyone, no matter who we are, where we are, where we are in life. We can always improve, right? There's nobody in life, I think, that says, like, I'm there, I've reached it, everything's perfect, no more room for improvement for me, I'm done. I don't think anybody says that. So I think in my mind, I think psychedelics can always help you get to that level where maybe you haven't gotten to yet, but you want to get there. I think they can help for sure. And again, like I said, check my website, check my other podcast episodes that I talk about psychedelics more than today. But mainly what I talk about is of course I like talking about microdosing magic mushrooms, or even taking larger doses. I love talking about that, but unless we're doing the work alongside of it, like I'm talking about today, like releasing toxicity and negativity, unless we're doing that, then you can be like I say, you could be the best microdoser in the whole entire world, and it's not going to help you. You got to be able to do the work that goes along with it, and part of that is releasing hatred, toxicity, negativity, and downright bullshit. Release it from your life. Release those people. They are toxic, negative haters, and you don't want them in your life. And then you're on the way to feeling great every day once you do that. I'm not saying you don't have other work to do, but you're on your way. Okay, guys. Really appreciate you. As I say at the end of every episode, love you. And I'll be back for another live stream as soon as I can. And also remember, a brand new episode comes out every Wednesday and Friday. Right? Wednesday and Friday. There was one that came out today, a regular episode coming out today. I can't remember what it was called, but you might want to check it out. I talked a lot. I went pretty deep. It's called Perhaps the Most Traumatic Trigger in My Life. That's what it's called. So check it out if you can. See you next time. Okay, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And that means you. Totally, totally.